Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and safety to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect out there. This is the brother Hadabia coming back at you with another one. And I'm just gonna get into, the importance of the name, the importance of, the name of our power. Yahawah being the Father, He is, He exists, and the Son, Yahawashi, He is the deliverer. He's the deliverer. He's the one that is going to bring salvation, onto us, because He's the one that's going to come back and save His elect. And Lord willing, we're of that remnant. Lord willing, the brothers of Great Millstone and the ones that follow the teachings of our apostles and elders, that were part of that remnant, and that will all make it onto the chariots. And just the there's a lot happening over there. I did the video last night about what's going on in DC, and just the way of life right now, and just the way things are going. This truth is what's going to keep us stable, and the name of the Lord, is what's going to protect us. Those who truly believe in Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi are going to be able to call on to Him, and and be safe. And the Lord is going to have mercy upon us, and guide us. Because you know he the Lord knows who prays and calls out to Him on a daily. He knows the familiar voices who cry and sigh, you know, onto Him, and the ones who truly believe in Him. So I wanted to start off with this precept, Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. For the fear of the Lord, Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, is His treasure. Is His treasure. So this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, is what's gonna, get us, get us through, the difficult times that are to come. The time of Jacob's trouble, and the name of the Lord is the name of the Lord is also knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's very important. Yes, there's other things that go along with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Just knowing the name, Yahawah and Yahawashi, is not, knowing that alone isn't gonna, keep you safe. But it's a start. By calling on, not calling on the correct name. Not calling on JC, not calling on just saying the Most High, or saying God, or Jah, or but calling on actually the correct names. So I want to get this, Exodus chapter 3, starting at verse 13. And Moses said unto the Most High, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The Most High of our fathers has sent me unto you, they shall say to me, What is his name? And what shall I say unto them? So our power has a name. Our heavenly Father has a name. And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shall thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And that's why when you go into the word Yahawah, it means, He is, he exists, he is, everything. He is, he is all power. And he said, let me read that again, verse 14. And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me unto you. And the Most High said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt say unto the children of Israel, the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, power of your fathers and the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac and the power of Jacob has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. So the name, the the Most High's name is just not God, or even just saying the Most High. His name is Yahawah. And he exists. He is above. He is above everything. Even Yahawashi has to answer, unto his Father. Even when he was here on earth, he was doing the will of his Father. And that just shows that, just the power behind Yahweh, and just, he's in control of everything. This is Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. And that salvation is Yahawashi. Only through him, we can be saved. Because he's like he's our lawyer unto Yahweh. We can't even get to Yahweh without going through Yahawashi. We're not even worthy enough, you know, to be in the presence of Yahweh, you know, and that and that's why the elect are gonna have new bodies, because these bodies are filthy and corrupt, but that's into another topic. But the point is that the only name that you can be saved by is the name of Yahawashi, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. Yahweh is our salvation. There's no salvation under Allah, Buddha, Santa Maria, JC, whoever else is out there, Selassie, Jah. There's no salvation under any of those names. There's only salvation through the name of Yahawashi, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. Very important. This is Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and is safe. And that is so true. Especially, we're going through our day to day, our ups and downs. And what do we constantly do? We constantly pray to the names Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. Even when we're up and we're happy, we're exalting the name Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. And when we're at our low points, when we need that strength, when we need that that reminder, we call onto Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. And that name is comforting. That name keeps us safe. That name keeps protected. Even sometimes we may get scared. We may get worrisome. That doubt demon may start to creep in your mind, and you just have to call on to the name Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, and there's power in that name. There's comfort in that name. Those of us who grew up in the Christian church, we always pray to, Jesus. And I fucking hate that name now. I hate it. I don't even like saying it. That's why I always say JC. And there was no power in that name. That name didn't bring correction. That name didn't bring fear. That name didn't make you want to change. That name didn't make you want to, curse out your parents, for praying that name. Some of us who get into the truth, once you find the correct names, you run and tell your parents, you run and tell your loved ones, and More times they ain't trying to hear it. But we have no control over that. This is Romans 10 and 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That's only going to be the elect. Only the elect are going to call out onto the correct names. Only the elect are the ones who truly believe in their power. Yahawah the Father and Yahawashi the Son. Only the elect fear those names. And it is promised unto us. Whosoever calls unto those names shall be saved. And